have picked up a point, a long point. It's Electrofrog one. I haven't got many Electrofrog points on here. I normally don't like wiring them up, but I wanted a long point, as I'm gonna put it in the station here, as I mentioned in the previous video, and it's gonna connect up to the slip here. I'm not too sure if you can see. I might just adjust the camera. Yeah, I'm going to put a small piece of track here and put the point here so that I can get across. Mainly this junction is more set up for the yard, so I can drive trains in and out either way. So I removed the top section here, so I can ballast underneath this section. I've picked up some more ballast today. I'm going to ballast roughly here somewhere. I might actually just remove this piece too off. I just want to ballast as far in as possible so that you can't actually see that when the tunnel goes in, that it's not like spare area. I don't want to have any spare wood baseboard seam, so I normally try to ballast where my tunnels are. I try to ballast roughly 10, 15 centimeters in. Eventually I will fill this whole back section along the wall here where the retaining will run. Eventually I will fill that whole area in with ballast. There is really no easy way of doing the points. It's just, I found it's just a matter of just doing it and putting the glue and just, normally, yeah, sometimes the points can be a little bit glued together, but you just flick them a few times and try to wear it out and scratch the glue off here and there, and eventually you get it worked out. I noticed there's a sleeper missing between, just after the point there. I need to put one in. I normally just use an old piece of track that I have laying around, and then I cut the ties off them here just so it's flat, so it slides underneath. So I've sliced them off on both sides. This is normally easy to do before you put the ballast in. My mistake, I missed it. Could have left it, but it looks better when you actually put them in. I got a little bit of ballast between the track here. I try not to get too much between there because it's hard. It can be a bit hard to clean them out in that area. But I've got it more or less. So as you can see, like I said, I've left this area here because there's a point motor going to go in there. I can see there's a bit of silver shining along here where the side of the track is. So I'm going to spread a bit more ballast along. Like I said, this area I'm doing here actually is going to be underneath the tunnel. So I mean, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but of course when I'm filming, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to spray it up. So I sprayed it, and then I take my 50-50 PVA glue and water. I spread it out along here, not overly worrying if it ends up on the tracks or anything, because I'll clean it up afterwards. So I normally give the tracks a clean anyway before I'm finished, because the glue tends to dry on it, and like a clear coating, and then the trains won't run over it, so you need to clean them anyway. So I know in a lot of my videos I tend to explain the same thing over and over again, but some people, the new subscribers and new people that see, they mightn't seen how I've done it in the past, and maybe they learn something new, maybe they don't, maybe they yell at me and say that I'm doing it wrong. Anyway, this is my way of doing it. So like I said, there's several different techniques out there. You can get a little ballasting, plastic ballasting thing that people I've seen use. I'm not so concerned about buying one. I haven't got any shoulder or anything actually, no cork laid underneath my track, as you can see. I made a decision when I first laid it all that I wasn't going to put cork under. I wasn't so worried about having a shoulder. It's not like, I don't see a big difference on it, but some people, yeah, they might point it out and say there is a difference. Myself personally is that I actually like the sound of the trains when they're running along on the tracks, and especially when they go over the joins. Sounds very real, like in the real railway when you're sitting in the train and you can hear the clicking sound of the wheels going over. Video's probably gone a bit long now, but I'll have to do my adjusting to it anyway. But yeah, as you can see, a ballast area now. A bit of board there showing. I might just sprinkle a little bit on top. Yeah, I ballasted it now. I'll leave it for 24 hours for it to really dry up. It normally about 24 hours. It's pretty dried. Normally, because I've laid this out quite late at night now. It is. Sometimes I try to actually glue it when I work on the weekends. I try to do it first thing on the weekend in the morning, and then I keep coming back every hour and flicking the points backwards and forwards to try and just keep them, stop them from gluing together. But as I'm doing this now, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I actually haven't got the possibility to come back, and yeah, I don't have that possibility today to do that. So I will come out tomorrow and evening when I get a time, and I'll just have to break get the glue off. As you can see, I'm trying to take as much glue off as possible with my finger. I normally use cotton buds, but like I said, I'm actually up on the baseboard, so not too sure, but you might see in some of my videos I'm actually standing up here in this section. My baseboard's quite strong. It's got quite a lot of support underneath it. So, yeah, I leave it there. Welcome back. I started to prepare the area here for the point. I'm going to put it here, the pointers, the final point for this section. I started recording the first part, but it played up, so I try again. Normally when I remove the old ballast, I normally just wet it with a bit of detergent water. Sometimes I put a bit of spirit in the water as well, just to help the glue. And once it starts to soak in, I've already sprayed this a minute ago. Let's spray it again. I normally get like a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, or I have like a metal scraper as well that you clean windows with, but I haven't got it here at the moment. But I just take my metal ruler and also use the flat side on that just to scratch it off. So, as you can see, I've cleaned it all away now. The next thing is I'm going to pre-drill a hole here for my... I drill it nice and slow so I don't bust through. So that's the hole for the point motor, and then I've got to put a point, as this is an electrofrog point, I'm going to eventually put the electrofrog wire onto it, the live frog, eventually, when I put a point motor onto it. So I put a thin hole there just for the wire. So to cut the old track away, I use my Dremel to slice the track out. There's a little bit more ballast here I need to remove. So the final thing is to test it. I will test it with a few of my trains just to make sure they don't hit the station here. And if they do end up having to hit the station, I've got a little bit of an overlap here on the station I can cut away. I'm not going to try every train, I'll just put the class 50. Alright, it just made it through. Yeah, the class 56 made it through. Yeah, so the Class 37 goes through too. The only one that I could test now is the HST, but I will probably never ever put the HST across here, so I'm not overly worried about checking it. So, I'm going to leave it there. I want to say thanks for all my subscribers. And a big thanks for everyone that watches and follows. And of course, like I say in most videos, I'd like to get a few more subscribers, so please subscribe. And I look forward to showing you my progress along the way. Thanks for watching. Bye.